The old samurai walked with measured steps, each footfall a testament to years of discipline and training. His name was Kenji, a name that once echoed through the halls of power and the fields of battle. Now it was a whisper in the wind, a memory carried by the leaves. Jungle humidity clung to him, yet he seemed untouched, as if the elements respected his presence. The dense foliage parted before him, acknowledging his passage. He moved with a grace that belied his age, a fluidity born of countless hours of practice and meditation. Each breath was slow, deep, deliberate. Inhale, exhale, a rhythm as ancient as the earth itself. His breath was a bridge between the physical and the spiritual, a conduit for the energy that flowed through all living things. He had learned to harness this energy, to let it guide him, a lifetime etched on his face, a story in every wrinkle. Each line told of battles fought and won, of loves lost and found, of wisdom gained through experience. His eyes, though aged, still held a spark of vitality, a glimmer of the warrior he once was. He wasn't lost, not in the way one might think. He knew exactly where he was, both in the physical world and in the journey of his life. The jungle was not a maze to him, but a sanctuary, a place where he could be alone with his thoughts and the spirits of nature. He was where he needed to be, present, aware. Every sound, every scent, every shift in the air was noted and acknowledged. He had trained himself to be attuned to his surroundings, to live in the moment. This was his way, the way of the wayfarer. The jungle was his companion, its whispers familiar. The rustling leaves spoke to him of secrets and stories, of the cycles of life and death. He listened, not just with his ears, but with his heart, understanding the language of the wild. Years ago, he sought answers in its depths. He had come to the jungle as a young man, full of questions and doubts. He had searched for meaning, for purpose, for a path that would lead him to enlightenment. The jungle had been his teacher, its lessons harsh but invaluable. Now he understood. The answers were within. His name was Kenji. He had found what he was looking for, not in the external world, but within his own soul. The jungle had shown him the way, but the journey was his own. He had learned to find peace in the stillness, to connect with the essence of life. Once he sought glory in battle. He had been a warrior, a leader of men, driven by ambition and the desire for honor. The clang of swords and the cries of victory had been his world. But that was a different time. A different Kenji. Now he sought peace within. The battles he fought were no longer against external foes, but against the turmoil within his own mind. Meditation had become his weapon, tranquility his shield. He had learned that true strength came from inner harmony. His journey was one of resilience, forged in the fires of hardship. He had faced many trials, both physical and spiritual, and each one had shaped him, honed him. The path of the wayfarer was not an easy one, but it was the path he had chosen. Tempered by the wisdom of Stoicism, he had learned to accept what he could not change and to find strength in adversity. The wayfarer's journey was never truly over, for it was a journey of the soul, a quest for understanding and enlightenment. And so Kenji walked on, a wayfarer in the truest sense, ever seeking, ever learning. Kenji paused, touching a scar on his arm. It throbbed faintly, a memory of a battle long ago. He was young then, impulsive, driven by a need to prove himself. He remembered the clash of steel, the screams of the fallen. Fear had gripped him, cold and paralyzing. Yet he fought. He fell, wounded, but rose again. Each battle, each scar was a lesson. Resilience wasn't just about physical strength, it was about the will to rise, stronger despite the odds. He found a clearing, sunlight dappling the forest floor. The air was crisp, filled with the scent of pine and earth. Birds chirped in the distance, their melodies blending with the rustling leaves. It was a sanctuary, a place untouched by the chaos of the outside world. Here he felt a connection to something greater, something timeless. Sitting cross-legged, he closed his eyes. His breathing slowed, each inhale and exhale a deliberate act of mindfulness. The ground beneath him was cool, grounding him to the present moment. He could feel the gentle breeze on his skin, a reminder of the world around him. In this state, he was both aware and detached, a silent observer of his own thoughts. The jungle noises faded, replaced by a profound stillness within. It was as if the world had paused, allowing him to delve deeper into his own consciousness. The silence was not empty, it was filled with the echoes of his inner self, a dialogue between his mind and soul. This stillness was a rare gift, a moment of clarity in a world of noise. This was the heart of Stoicism, a philosophy he embraced after the chaos of war. The teachings of the ancient Stoics resonated with him, offering a path to inner peace and resilience. He had seen the horrors of battle, the fleeting nature of life, and the futility of anger. Stoicism taught him to find strength in acceptance, to remain unshaken by external events. It taught him to accept what he could not control, to focus on his reactions, to find peace amidst the storm. The storms of life were inevitable, but his response to them was within his power. He learned to navigate through turmoil with a calm heart, to see challenges as opportunities for growth. This mindset transformed his life, turning adversity into a teacher. He learned to detach from pain, not by denying it, but by understanding its impermanence. Pain was a part of life, but it did not define him. By observing it without attachment, he could let it pass through him like a river flowing over stones. This detachment brought a profound sense of freedom, a liberation from the chains of suffering. Emotions were like the wind, powerful yet fleeting. They could stir up a storm within, but they would eventually pass. By recognizing their transient nature, he could remain centered, unaffected by their temporary turbulence. This understanding allowed him to live with a sense of peace and balance, embracing the ebb and flow of life with grace. A sudden downpour lashed the jungle. Kenji sat unmoved, the rain a curtain around him. He thought of the bamboo, bending with the wind, yet never breaking. Stoicism, he realized, wasn't about becoming unfeeling. It was about being like the bamboo, resilient, adaptable, yet unbroken by life's storms. True strength, he learned, lay in acceptance, in finding calmness within, even when the world raged around. The rain subsided. As Kenji walked, memories surfaced. His sensei's stern voice echoed in his ears, "Control your mind, Kenji-san, or it will control you." He remembered grueling training sessions, pushing his body and mind to their limits. Each swing of the sword, each hour of meditation honed his focus, his discipline. Stoicism wasn't a passive philosophy. It demanded active participation in honing one's mind, in mastering one's emotions. Section 6. The Heart of Stoicism. Kenji reached a familiar stream, its water clear and cold. He drank deeply, feeling a sense of gratitude. Stoicism wasn't about deprivation, it was about appreciation. It was about finding joy in simplicity, in the everyday miracles that life offered. The taste of water, the warmth of the sun, the sound of birdsong. It was about living fully in the present moment, for that was all any warrior truly had. Section 7. Impermanence, the flow of the river. He watched the river flow, each moment different, yet part of a continuous journey. It mirrored life itself, ever-changing, transient. This was the first lesson: impermanence. Everything changes, nothing lasts forever. Clinging to the past brought suffering. Accepting this truth, however, brought a strange sense of liberation. It allowed him to appreciate the present moment, knowing it too would pass. Section 8. Inner Strength, the Unshakable Mountain. He looked up at a distant mountain, its peak shrouded in mist. It stood firm, unyielding against the elements. It represented the second lesson, inner strength. Life would throw storms, challenges, moments of despair. But within each individual lay a wellspring of strength. Stoicism offered the tools to tap into that strength: discipline, courage, wisdom. It was a journey of self-discovery, of finding the mountain within. Section 9. The Journey. A tapestry of moments. Kenji continued his walk. Each step he took was deliberate, a dance with the earth beneath his feet. The forest around him was alive, whispering secrets of the past and promises of the future. The air was thick with the scent of pine, and the distant call of a bird echoed through the trees. His journey wasn't about reaching a destination. It was about the journey itself, the experiences that shaped him, and the memories that would last a lifetime. The countryside stretched out before him, a canvas painted with the hues of nature's palette. The sunlight filtering through the trees created a mosaic of light and shadow on the forest floor. It was about the steps taken, the lessons learned, the moments experienced. Each footfall was a reminder of the path he had chosen, the challenges he had faced, and the victories he had won. The sound of flowing water nearby was a soothing symphony, and the rustling leaves whispered tales of resilience and growth. This was the final lesson. The journey is the reward. As Kenji paused to take in the serene landscape, he realized that every moment, every breath, was a gift. The mountains stood tall in the distance, silent sentinels of time, and the sunset painted the sky with hues of gold and crimson. Life wasn't a straight path, but a winding journey filled with unexpected turns and hidden treasures. The traditional Japanese garden path reminded him of the beauty and simplicity, and the meandering river symbolized the flow of life, ever-changing and ever-moving. But a tapestry woven with threads of joy and sorrow, victory and defeat. Embracing each moment with all its imperfections was the essence of a life well lived. The close-up of the tapestry revealed intricate patterns, each thread telling a story. The blooming cherry blossoms were a reminder of life's fleeting beauty, and the rain, falling on leaves, symbolized renewal and growth. Was the essence of a life well lived. Kenji found peace in meditation, connecting with the world around him. The peaceful landscape with cherry blossoms was a sanctuary for his soul, and sitting under the tree, he felt a deep sense of belonging and purpose. And Kenji, the old samurai, walked on, a testament to resilience, wisdom, and the enduring spirit of the warrior within. His calm expression reflected the inner peace he had found, and the sunlight on the forest path illuminated his way. Clad in traditional attire, he was a living embodiment of the values he held dear, and the enduring spirit of the warrior within. The portrait of the wise samurai captured his essence, a man who had lived a life of honor and integrity. The sunrise over the forest heralded a new beginning, and standing tall in the forest, Kenji was ready to face whatever lay ahead with the strength and wisdom of a true warrior. If you like this story, please like the video for more.